The number one ChatGPT crisis nobody's talking about. Employees are uploading corporate secrets into AI. That means code and confidential strategies all fed into OpenAI servers. Samsung employees recently fed ChatGPT their source code and hardware meeting notes. 3 separate incidents. The company's response: ban ChatGPT overnight. That's how you go from innovation darling to corporate security nightmare. Kevin, what do you think about that?
Well, you got 3 incidents at Samsung all happening within a month that led to their decisions, so you have to know where your data is going. And obviously, when you're uploading into a large language model or anything out there in the AI space, it seems, and you don't have the proper protocols in place, it's just going right to them and it's out of your hands at that point. So developing and championing would be the word, an AI policy within your organization is not just a smart thing to do, but it's going to become imperative for companies and leaders out there to start doing if they haven't already.
Yep. No, I totally agree, man. To that point, we've seen conversations with clients where they'll flat out share with us, hey, you cannot, and I'll repeat it again, you cannot upload any of our data, any of our analytics, any of our even strategies, even thoughts around our company with our namesake into ChatGPT or Gemini or Copilot or any other AI-based tool, because that's just it's a guideline within the company, right? And for those companies, they already do have the ones that we're talking with. They have an AI policy, they have AI strategies in place, but that would be a complete violation of ethics around data and AI usage, right? If you do that, you are legitimately just feeding the training, right? Feeding the algorithms out there that are in place around these AI tools. So they're just learning from proprietary data that they should have never had access to.
Yeah, I think another approach in regards to how companies should look at this is there's a lot of data floating around out there now, how it is much higher success rate when you use a third-party company, right, to come in and help you implement AI process, AI technology. So ultimately, you go through the security protocols with them and they help you actually implement everything, say, than starting a beta or something in-house. That has a much higher failure rate. But it all comes back to, right, no matter what you're doing, it comes back to training the employees and having open conversations about things, because training is going to beat banning. It's management similar to parenting, right? So you got to make sure you're taking the right approaches to things. But I think like a real story for me was we were talking to a possible client, and there was some conversation around, hey, certain aspects of the integration, maybe we don't label as AI, maybe we refer to it as something else, so portions of the work wouldn't go through the AI approval council. And obviously that was something that I immediately nipped in the bud and said, hey, we're not doing anything like that. Everything we do is rooted in AI. Obviously we offer ourselves an AI native solution, so it is all AI, and we're going to take the governance on directly and work with them to implement it the correct way. So, you don't want employees to have those types of mindsets, is really what I'm getting at, right? Where they think they can circumvent it, or they don't have the confidence, right, to go have a conversation through the AI governance policy process.
Totally, man. So 5 key learnings from this, right? 5 key learnings from Samsung's billion-dollar oops. 1, know where your data goes. Once you've uploaded it to public AI, it's out of your control. Got to make sure you're staying on top of it. Number 2, create an AI usage policy. Doesn't matter if your company is a small pizza shop all the way through to an enterprise corporation. I mean, the last thing you need is anything related to your business being uploaded. So you got to make sure that your employees fully understand what they can and cannot do in terms of using AI. Number 3, use localized or private AI. And that's what we will always recommend if possible, to use secure in-house AI instead of third-party servers. Because again, if you're putting your information out there into ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, you name it, that's out there and it's out there forever. So you'd rather keep that in-house in a way that you can control it. 4, train employees. Don't just ban tools. Education beats shadow AI use. And in this situation with Samsung, that's why it was very surprising to see them go ahead and just ban everything around the use of AI, when in fact, especially for a company like Samsung and them being an innovator in multiple spaces, I mean, they should be leveraging AI to the fullest extent. They just got to get their people and their policies in check. And 5, audit usage. Track who's using AI and how. And there are a number of tools out there that you can use, but either way, you can't just be a manager or a director in a department and just think, okay, well, I told my employees to be careful, so they must be careful. You never know, right? So you got to stay on top of that with your employees. And that includes checking in. That includes looking at logs if you have to. Get your IT department, come up with strategies with you and your teams to make sure that, hey, you're not trying to helicopter manage necessarily, but you got to be real cautious with this, right? You got to protect your company, you got to protect your namesake and your livelihood. So if anything, this is only going to set you up for long-term success when it comes to using AI within your corporation.
I love it. Those are 5 takeaways for the audience. But the reality is we're living through one of the most dangerous, unintentional corporate data leaks ever, right? And it's obviously not hackers. It's coming from the employees. And at the enterprise level, it's a $1 billion mistake waiting to happen. And Sam, any other closing thoughts?
No, I appreciate you being here for the conversation and for all you listening. And if you enjoy what you heard, hit like and subscribe for more weekly AI Alpha.